Statistics and probability na tayo, no? Another branch ng mathematics, ang statistics and probability. Though dito, sa statistics and probability, ang magdideal tayo halos on how to treat a data, on how to verify kung tama ba yung mga na-research na data. So, I know you've heard the statistics or statistics in surveys, no? Like, if you are hearing SWS and Pulse Asia survey, no? They are using statistics there, but the problem there is that they are not declaring kung ano man ang kanilang statistical tool, no? They are just giving us facts. They are just giving us numbers without telling us kung ano man ang ginamit nila. Did they do Sloven's formula, yung mga ganon, mga nagtitest ba sila, mga ANOVA, na maitatakel natin ngayon sa statistics and probability, no? Okay? Yes, I know maaga. Sobrang aga nga ng statistics and probability natin, and expected ko naman na konti lang ang papasok since 8 to 9 magmamath ka agad, 'di ba? Kaya I'll try to change our schedule, no, into an afternoon session para sa ganon everyone can attend, everyone can hear kung ano man ang pwede nating ma-discuss in order for you to solve the following learning activity sheets, okay? So, here's the outline of most essential learning competencies na ating itatakel, no? So, sobrang daming yan. Per week kasi, ang math kasi sobrang bombarded siya with the most essential learning competencies. So, pag sinabi kasi nating learning competencies, ito yung dapat ina-achieve natin per week. Ano na mga dapat natin learnings per week, no? So, for this week 1 ng learning activity sheets, no? Random variable ang ating i-discuss, discrete and continuous variable, possible values of a random variable, and we have to illustrate probability distribution using histogram, no? Na itatakel natin siya along the way of the discussion, no? So, according to Carl Person, no, statistics is the grammar of science. This is true, no, especially when you are now going to quantitative research or your practical research 2, di ba? You have your practical research 1 ngayon. Yun kasi more on literature review lang siya. Okay, you will gather a lot of journals, a lot of articles, a lot of books, no? In order for you to have a background, you have solid foundation of your research. But when you will reach now quantitative research 2 or your practical research 2, no? You will now use their statistics, okay? Why do we say statistics is the science of, or is the grammar of science? Because any explanation that the science can give us, no, it can back up using statistics, okay? Pang counterfactual check kasi ang statistics, na kung saan yung claims mo, no, yung mga explanations mo sa science, no, kung meron ka kasing numbers na ibinibigay sa science, mas lalong nagiging valid yung claim mo. Kaya siya sinasabi na ang statistics is the grammar of science, okay? So, statistics is referred also as the recorded data such as the average monthly income. Okay? Diba parang if you are conducting a research regarding the monthly income of the Filipino people, no? Statistics ang nagbibigay ng numbers doon. Statistics din ang nagbibigay ng concrete na example kung ilan ba ang monthly income ng isang average Filipino. Okay? So, yun ang explanation behind this quotation according to Carl Person. So, sa statistics din, siya din ang nagbibigay ng mga common events, okay? Like for this, for example, you have a 50% chance that two people share the same group in a same birthday in a group of 23 people. Okay? So, meron naman daw 99% na yung dalawang people, they share the same birthday in a group of 70 people. Okay? So, paano ba yan nangyayari, no? nagkakaroon ka dyan ng probability distribution, no? Na topic natin siya ngayong week. So, ang probability naman, no? Kaya nga tayo statistics and probability is the predicting or you are having a hunch or you have having lucky guess. Kasi yun ang probability. Okay? Pero kasi, when you are going to predict or the outcomes of events, no, meron din kasing certain calculation for the probability. Okay? So, kung gusto mo manalo ng loto, ito ang odds, no? 1 in 292,000 ay 292 million. So, very, very small percentage, no? So, ganyan yung odds mo or yung chances mo para manalo ka ng isang loto. So, kung i-convert natin yan into percentage, that is somehow 3.42 times 10 raised to negative 9. Okay? Very small odds, no? So, kung paborito ka talaga ni Lord, no, mapapasayo yung loto. Okay. So, yun lang yung a little bit introduction about statistics and probability. We will now proceed to the first lesson of your week 1 in this third quarter, no? This is random variables and probability distribution. Okay. So, background information muna tayo. Magdi-define muna tayo ng mga kakaunting terms na ginagamit for your statistics. No? You have your statistical experiment. It is an activity which can be done repeatedly under similar conditions. Okay? Kapag nga nagko-conduct ka ng survey, yun na yung similar conditions mo eh. Mag-create ka ng group of people na kung saan pasok yung objective mo. Okay? Ayan natin yung pen. So, kung na-conduct ka ng kung na-conduct ka ng survey, ito nga yung activity natin. Let's say, for example, yung survey, no? At meron kang same group of people that share the same objective, no? Let's say, for example, ang hinahanap mo is yung average monthly income nga. Okay? Yun na lang gawin natin example. Of course, ang kukunin mong group of people dito ay yung mga Filipino na nasa average level. Diba? Para sa ganon, yung data mo ay consistent. Okay? Na ang magiging end result nitong consistency mo ay magkakaroon ka ng valid claim. Kasi nga, nag-conduct ka ng survey doon sa objective mo. Diba? Kaya ito yung sa sinasabi ko kanina sa isa sa nawawala or gap ng SWS or Pulse survey, ay Pulse Asia, sorry. No? Hindi nila kasi dinedeclare kung ano ang ginagamit nilang statistical tools. At hindi rin nila dinedeclare kung ano ang population na kanilang ginamit, di ba? Alam naman natin more than 1 million tayo. More than 1 million tayong Filipino. Kaya parang ang dami kasing doubt doon sa results na binibigay ng SWS or Pulse Asia survey sa ating national level news, di ba? Kaya it can lead into some sort of false information na. Okay? So that is for your statistical experiment. Now, next we have your sample space. So, sample space as defined on your learning activity sheets, no? It is the set of all possible outcomes in an experiment. Okay? This sample space, no? Ito yung example niyan. This is your sample space. The group of average Filipino. Okay? So, yung event, no? It is a subset of a sample space. So, let's say, for example, your sample space is your average Filipino, no? Average Filipino people. So, meron pa kasi dyan, the poorest of the poor. And yung mga middle. Yung nasa middle, yung sakto lang, ganun. Okay. Kaya siya, subset ng sample space. Okay? So, next definition, the probability of the value of random variable, it is the ratio of number of favorable outcomes to the number of possible outcomes. Okay? Ito, makikita natin siya sa mga examples natin later on. Okay? Kung ano nga ba tong ratio na to. Usually, ang ratio is division, di ba? So, you have your x over y there. So, that is your probability of the value of random variable. And your random variable is usually denoted the variable x. So, kung ita-translate natin to into a mathematical sentence, yung probability of the value of random variable, p of x. So, yan yung a little bit background information with our week 1. Okay? So, if you have any question, just raise your hand, no? Tapos, let's tackle your question. Okay. So, we have your sample space. So, paano ba natin na-identify ang sample space? Okay? Paano ba natin na-identify ang sample space? So, let's say, for example, meron tayong statistical experiment. Tossing a coin once. Alam naman natin na ang coin ay may two sides. Tama? Tama ba? May two sides ba ang coin? Okay. Thank you. So, may two sides ang coin. Yung two sides nga, it's either head or tail. Diba? Now, if you toss a coin once, diba? Kung nakikita nyo man ng kakarakulos, they are tossing two coins. Pero now, we are just experimenting on a coin. So, ibig sabihin, isang coin lang yan. So, if you toss a coin once, ang sample space mo, let's denote that with a variable s. No? Ang ating sample space is h and t. Okay? Bakit ganon? Kasi may dalawa lang naman tayong possible outcome. Paglapag nung barya mo sa lupa, it's either magiging head yan or magiging tail yan. Okay? So, yun na yung sample space mo. Okay? So, another experiment na pwede nating i-example sa statistical experiment is your dice. Ang dice, di ba, dalawa yan. Dalawang cube yan. Kasi pag isa lang yan, die lang ang tawag doon, di ba? So, each cube has 6 faces, di ba? You have your 1, you have your 2, you have your 3, you have your 4, di ba ganito yung itsura nila? You have your 5, and you have your 6. Okay? So, kung dalawa yan, edi meron kang 12. Kasi yung isang dice, no, may 6 faces din siya. Okay? At ganito rin ang kanyang faces, di ba? 1 to 6. Ngayon, para gawin ang sample space ng rolling a dice, no? Meron ka ditong 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Ito yung die 1. Okay? On your row naman, no, you have your 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Diba? So, kung pagsasamahin mo lang yan, 1 and 1, okay? 1 and 2, 1 and 3, and so on and so forth. Makikita mo dito sa buong ito, dito, yung sample space nung rolling a dice. Okay? At dito mo din makikita yung mga possible outcomes. Okay? So, kung nag-roll ka ng die, it's either pwede siyang dalawang 1, di ba? Or parehong 1 and 2 siya. You will never know. But, dito sa sample space, it provides you all the possible outcomes ng pag-roll mo ng dalawang dice. Okay? So, ganun lang gawin ang sample space, no? Given that you have a statistical experiment, all you have to do is to declare what's on your thing or what's on your object, no? And kung ano yung mga possible outcomes, isusulat mo lang siya sa sample space mo, sorry. Okay? So, random variable, no, as defined, is a numerical quantity that is assigned to the outcome of an experiment. Capital letters are used to represent a random variable. So, as I have stated a while ago, no, ang random variable natin is usually denoted as variable x. So, example 1, no, suppose a coin is tossed twice, and we want to know the possible number of tails that will appear. Let us use H to represent head and T to represent tail. Determine the values of random variable x. Okay? So you have a 2 coin with 2 sides each. And this is your head and this is your tail. Head and tail. Okay? So na-toss daw siya twice, no? So sa unang toss, 'di ba? Meron ka ng 2 possible outcome. Pwede siyang maging head, pwede siyang maging tail or tail, and vice versa, or head tail, 'di ba? So sa pangalawang toss, ganun din, 'di ba? Pwede din siya maging head or head, tail or tail, or tail or head or tail. Nagets ba? Okay. So, eto na yung possible outcomes mo. Kasi that is inevitable naman, di ba? Yung possible outcomes niya. Kasi yan din ang mangyayari kahit gawin mo siya in real life. Therefore, no, in tossing a coin twice, you will have 4 possible outcomes. Okay? So, pwede mo nang isulat yan. Dito mo siya isulat. Pwede nga siya maging head. Pwede siya maging head, tail. Pwede siyang maging tail or head. And pwede din siya maging tail and tail. No? Ito yung mga possible outcomes mo. Pero ang sabi sa problem, we want to know the possible number of tails. Number of tails. So, lagay mo dito sa another column yung number of tails. So, ito na yung random variable natin. Lagyan natin ng variable x. So, sa first outcome, head and head, meron bang tail? Wala. Very good. So, 0 to. Dito, sa head or tail, may tail na ba? Yes, very good. So, 1 na to. As well as here, head or tail and head, no, 1 na rin. At dito, tail and tail, 2 na siya. Okay? Malalaman mong tama yung possible outcomes mo kung yung number of tails mo or your random variable ay magko-coincide sa number of possible outcomes mo. Kung ito total mo to, 2 plus 1 plus 1, this is 4. 4 is equivalent to 4. Okay? So, ibig sabihin, tama yung pag-declare natin ng random variable natin. Okay? So, bibilangin mo lang eh. Ang pinaka-key kasi sa statistics ngayon is pagiging observant mo at pagiging maingat sa pag-declare ng mga values mo. Okay? Hindi na tayo nagsosolve dito ng x squared plus 2x, so on and so forth. Diba ito yung nasa first sem natin sa Gen Math, no? At di na rin tayo mag-ano dito, annuity, no? More on observation tayo sa statistics and probability. Okay? So, may question ba tayo sa example 1 for your random variable? Okay, I'll take that as a no. Okay. So, example 2, no? A box contains 10 blue balls and 4 green balls. Okay? So, kung gagawa na kayo sample space, better na gawa na kayo ng isang letter to represent the whole thing, no? Let's say, for example, you have a 10 blue balls. Pwede mo lagay 10B. 4 green balls, 4G. No? Kahit wag mo nang i-BB or GB. No? Kahit B or G na lang. Sabi nga, if 3 balls are taken from the box, one after the other, determine the possible values of the random variable y representing the number of blue balls. Okay? So, yung pag-declare sa random variable, kung hindi siya stated sa problem, you can always default it as x, no? Pero here, on this problem, example 2, it has been declared na ang variable mo is y, okay? So, illustrate natin yung problem, no? You have a box. You have a 10 blue balls and 4 green balls, okay? Sabi nga, 3 balls daw ang kinukuha sa box. So, maglagay ka na dito ng 1, 2, and 3. No? At kumukuha daw sila ng bola one after the other. No? So, let's say for example, kukuha ka dito, ang unang makuha is blue. Okay? Tapos, pwede rin blue ang pangalawa mo, pwede rin blue ang pangatlo mo. Hindi naman kasi sinabi na dapat alternate ang makuha, di ba? At wala kang kasiguraduhan na magiging BGB yan or BGG, no? So, maraming possible outcomes, di ba? Pero kung isa-isahin natin lahat yan, no? Meron tayong BBB. Pero yung BGG, no? Pwede din siyang B, BG. Okay? Pwede din siyang pwede din namang green ang mauna. Tapos blue, blue. Tapos green, blue, green. Tapos pwede din siyang tatlong green, di ba? Or pwede rin siyang maging GGB. Okay? So, para hindi malito dyan, ang pwede nyo gawin, lista nyo muna yung 4 na blue, 4 na green, tapos i-alternate nyo na lang siya. Sa pag-determine lang naman ito ng possible outcomes eh. Na kung saan na ang possible outcomes mo ay magto-total sa 8. Okay? Walang exact, no? Pero depende yan sa pag-imagine mo nung scenario. Okay? So here kasi 8 lang talaga siya. Oh, 8 lang talaga siya kasi mag-aano lang yung arrangement, babalik lang siya dito. Oh, 8 lang talaga siya. Okay? Ngayon, ito na yung possible outcomes mo. Okay? PO ko na lang lagay. At dito nga, lagay natin yung number of blue balls. Kasi yun yung hinihingi sa problem. Number of blue balls. This is your Y. Okay? So here, you have 1, 2, 3. 3 blue balls. Dito, 2. Dito, 1. Dito, 2. Dito, 2. Dito, 1. Dito, 0. Dito, 1. Okay? So, ito lang naman yung hinihingi. So, therefore, no, para i-conclude itong example 2, okay, the value of the random variable, ito nga, determine the possible values of the random variable are 0, 1, 2, and 3. Okay? Y is equal to 0, 1, 2, and 3. Kasi yun yung values na nandito sa ating other column, no? Or dun sa column ng number of blue balls. So, yun yung sa pag-determine ng random variable given a statistical experiment. Okay? Yeah. Do you have any questions so far? So, if none, I'll proceed to the discrete and continuous variable. Okay? Ang discrete variable is anything variable na nabibilang. Nabibilang mo siya by hand. As yung continuous naman, ito yung mga variable na hindi mo na nabibilang. Okay? Let's say for example, ang discrete variables, number of doctors among 50 students in a class. So you have given na 50 students sa class at mabibilang mo naman doon kung sino ang doctor, di ba? Oh, doctor to, sorry. Typo. Sa continuous naman, no, lifespan of a human being. Can you count the lifespan of the human being? 'Di ba? Parang kasi it's unpredictable ang lifespan ng human being. So, ang discrete variables, ito ay mga count nouns. As yung continuous naman, sila ang mga mass nouns. Okay? So, yun lang yung para tandaan sa discrete and continuous variable. Discrete probability distribution, no? Paano ba ginagawa ito? So, let's say for example, you have given data. Dito sa example nga natin, marami siyang subject na binigay, di ba? Tapos, ang sinabi sa problem, no? Ito daw yung mga favorite subject ng junior high school sa CAT-HS or Central Azucarera de Tarlac High School, no? Sabi niya, construct the frequency distribution and fill out the table that follows. So, paano mo gagawin yan? Lalagay mo dito, favorite subject, dito sa header mo. Tapos, tignan mo kung ano yung mga subject na binigay. Okay? Gawa ka muna ng parang list ng favorite subject mo. You have your Filipino, you have your English, you have your math, may AP ka rin, ESP, TLE, at Science. Okay? Ngayon, naglalagay ka dito ng tally. Okay? First, punta mo na sa Filipino. Ilan ba yung Filipino makita mo? So, cross out mo siya. So, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? So, pwede mo pang itali 1, 2, 3, 4 or pwede mo nang idiretso to the number of students na may favorite sa subject na Filipino. Okay? Kung gagawin mo siyang i-cross out mo siya, pwede rin. Diretso ka na sa number of students. Pero kung itatali mo siya na parang, pagka gano'n mo, 1, tas sulat mo 1, tas dito 2, tas dito 3, tas dito 4, di ba? Parang it's a work sum. Okay? Kung i-cross out mo na lang siya at diretso ka sa number of students, parang it can save you a lot of time. Di ba? So, kung mag-i-English naman tayo, no? So, 1, 2, 2. 2 lang siya. Okay? Sa math naman, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 ang sa math. AP, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. ESP, 1, 2, 3. So, 3 din sa ESP. TLE, 1, 2, 3. 3 sa TLE. Science, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5. Okay? Na-cross out na ba lahat? I-double check. Ito na yung sinasabi ko, dapat observant ka at maingat ka sa pagtali mo, sa pag-treat mo ng data sa stat. Okay? So, kung na-cross out na lahat, ito-total mo to niyan. Okay? So, ano ba yung number of students? Kasi hindi naman dineclare kung ilan yung number of students, di ba? So, kung to-total natin to, ang number of students ng CAT-HS is 30. So, mayroon kang 30 students, no? Na tinignan mo kung ano yung mga favorite subject nila. Okay? Kasi itong number of students na to, pwede din ito maging frequency. From the word itself, frequency or pagiging frequent, no? Gaano kadalas ang nagsabi ng student na ang favorite subject nila ay ganito. Okay? Kaya siya frequency. Okay? Yan lang muna naman yung pinapagawa. Sabi, frequency distribution lang naman. Okay? So, yun lang ha. Magtatali ka lang, magbibilang lang. At maging maingat lang. Pagdating sa ganitong activities. Okay? I think that is your activity. Activity 3. Okay. So, So, konti na lang na tayo matapos sa week 1. Probability distribution of a discrete random variable is a formula, table, or graph that gives the possible values of x. And the probability p of x associated with each value of x, the probability of a discrete random variable is also called probability mass function. Okay? Very overwhelming ang kanyang definition. We'll try to solve this example 3 and we will depict kung ano nga ba ang sinasabi doon sa doon sa definition ng probability distribution. Okay? So ito nga, suppose a coin is tossed twice and we want to know the possible number of tails that will appear. Diba? Nagawa na natin to kanina. Yung possible outcomes niya, diba meron tayong head, tail, tail, head, or tail and tail. Diba? At yung binilang nga natin, possible number of tails, no? At ito nga ang ating random variable na x. Okay? At binilang natin kung ilan yung tails. Dito nga 0, dito 1, 1, at dito 2. Okay? So, ang n natin dito is 4. Okay? Paano gagawin ang probability? No? Or this is your p of x. Ang gagawin mo, yung random variable x mo, i-divide mo siya sa n. Okay? So, ang formula nito, yung random variable, or your x, i-divide mo lang siya sa total number or your n. Okay? Let's say, for example, sa unang outcome, di ba 0 ang possible number of tails? So, this is now 0 over 4. Okay? Dito naman, h and t, 1. So, this is 1 over 4. At dito din ay 1 over 4. At ito rin ay 2, ito naman ay 2 over 4. Okay? So, kung mas gusto nyo mas express siya sa decimal, no, pwede naman. I-divide nyo lang yan. Very small numbers na lang to. So, yung calculator nyo sa phone, it can do na, di ba? It can do the calculation. So, this is 0 and 4, this is 0. 1 and 4, this is 0.25. As well as this 0.25. And this is 0.50. Okay? Kasi 2 over 4 is 1/2, diba? And 1/2 is 0.5. Okay? Now, yung probability P of X nyo, isang characteristic niyan is dapat ang P of X mo, yung summation ng P of X mo ay 1. At hindi siya mag-exceed sa 1. Okay? And yung mga probability mo ay dapat 0 to 1 lang siya. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-negative at hindi siya pwedeng umexceed sa 1. Okay? So, examine natin yung mga probability natin dito. For 0, 0.25, 0.25, and 0.5, lahat sila ay nasa gitna ng 0 and 1. At kung pinag-add natin sila, okay, ang summation niya is 1. Therefore, yung ating pag-declare or pagbibilang ay tama. Okay? So, paano naman gagawin yung histogram? Okay? Ito na yung graph. Okay? Quarter 1 pala, nag-graph-graph na tayo sa GenMath, di ba? So, meron ka laging y and x axis. Okay? Sa y-axis mo, dito mo lalagay yung mga values ng p of x mo. Or any variable to, pwede din siyang p of y. Dito ilalagay mo yung random variable mo. Okay? Sa x mo, yung random variable mo. In this case, you have 0, 1, and 2. So, ba origin to 0? O, pwede mo din lagay 0 dito. 1 and 2. Okay? So, ito naman yung mga probability mo dito, nagre-range siya from 0 to 0.5. So, gawa tayong 0, pwede tayong 0.25, 0.5, 0.75, and 1. Okay? So, tapat-tapat lang yan. So, may kang 0, 0. Dito siya. So, yung 1 mo, 0.25 siya. Gawa ka lang ng parang rectangle. Okay? At yung 0.5 mo, nasa 2 siya, di ba? Tapat-tapat lang. Tapos gagawa, isi-shade mo niyan ito. Tapos dito, wag mo nang isali itong part na to. Dito ka na magsisimula kung saan siya nagtapos. Okay? Yeah. Parang ganyan lang yung histogram. Tapat-tapat lang, tapos gagawa ka ng parang rectangle or box para makita lang yung parang bar graph niya. Okay? So, laging tandaan sa y-axis mo, dun mo ilalagay yung mga p of x mo. Sa x-axis mo, dito mo ilalagay yung mga random variable mo. Okay? So, ito nga yung properties ng probability distribution, no? Yung kakasabi ko kanina, na yung probability mo dapat ay nasa 0 and 1 lang. Okay? 0 to 1 lang siya at di dapat siya mag-negative at hindi siya mag-exceed sa 1. Okay? And yung sum, lahat ng probabilities mo ay dapat equal lang siya sa 1. Or, kung gagawin mo siyang percentage, dapat 100%. Okay? Balikan natin yon. Kung gagawin natin yung mga percentage, ito ay 25%, ito ay 25%, ito ay 50%, no? I-multiply lang lahat yan sa 100. So, kung isasum mo yan, 100%. Okay? So, pasok siya sa criteria ng probability distribution. Okay, tapos na yung discussion ng week 1, no? Ang pinaka-reminder, no? Ask what is prescribed, no? Do not make your own problem and solution. Ang daming ganitong issues sa first sem. Gumagawa kayo ng sarili nyong problem, tapos sinusolve nyo rin siya. Tapos, 1 week extension lang ang binibigay ko sa every last. So, for example, ang pagbabalik niyan is sa Feb 24, no? Ang 1 week nun ay March 4, diba? Pwede pang malate yung learning activity sheets hanggang March 4, no? Provided na sana kompleto naman yung mga sagot, no, kahit na late na. Binibigyan na kayo ng extension. Okay? So, give it a try, give it lagi. And follow instruction. So, for digital modular students, yung Google Forms send ko na yan sa GC. Okay? Dating Google Form tayo sa mga digital students. Okay? So, ito lang masasagutan for your week 1. Yung activity 1. Activity 2, no? Yung activity 1, pag di-differentiate mo lang dyan kung discrete or continuous siya. So, kung discrete siya, D. Pag continuous, C. So, yung mga discrete nabibilang, continuous hindi nabibilang. Okay? Sa activity 2, explain mo lang kung hindi siya probability distribution. Pero kung probability distribution siya, sasabihin mo lang dyan, it is a probability distribution. So, let's say for example, ito, examine natin itong example 1. Yung mga probability mo is 0.55, negative 0.25, 0.2. Dito pa lang sa negative, alam mo na hindi siya probability distribution. Kasi nga, ang sabi ko, isa sa properties ng probability distribution, dapat ang values ng probability mo ay between 0 to 1. At hindi siya pwede mag-negative. Diba? May negative na siya dito. O, ganun lang sasagutan yung activity 2. Activity 3, may frequency ka na. Okay? Ang gagawin mong next dito is yung i-total mo to lahat. I-total mo yung frequency, no? Total mo yan. Pag-add mo lahat yan. 14 plus 9 plus 7 plus 5 plus 3 plus 2. So, may sagot ka dito. Gawa ka ng probability P of X. So, 14 divided by yung N mo dito. 9 divided by 7 divided by 5 divided by 3 divided by 2 divided by and so on and so forth, no? Kung mas gusto niyo makita yung decimal part niya, i-divide nyo lang siya sa kahit sa calculator sa cellphone, no? So, may makuha dito ng decimal at gagawa ka ng probability histogram. Okay? Sa histogram, di ba, may x and y ka. Sa y-axis mo, dito yung p of x mo. Sa x-axis mo, dito yung random variable mo. Okay? Ito yon yung 0 to 5. Okay? O, binigay ko na yung instructions, ha? 0 to 5 ang nasa x, yung p of x, yung nandito sa y mo, yung mga sagot mo dito in decimal form, no? Then, gawa ka lang ng, may example naman kayo dyan sa last kung paano yung itsura ng histogram. Okay? So, tapat-tapat lang. Yun ang activity 3. Activity 4, okay. Ito lang yung papasagutan ko. Kasi yung number 2 question sa activity 4, it involves permutation. Ay hindi siya na-discuss dito sa activity, ay sa week 1. Okay? Yung permutation kasi at combination, sa probability na yon. Pero ngayon muna is statistics muna tayo. Okay? So dito, sa activity 1, ay activity 4, number 1, yung coin daw, tossed 4 times. So, may isa ka lang coin, tinos siya 4 times. Okay? Oh, may head and tail ka dyan. Pwedeng sa unang toss, di ba? Oh, kayo na yung gumawa ng scenario, no? Yung sample space niya, yung random variable niya, yung distribution table niya, yung variable at distribution table at yung histogram niya. Okay? So, ito lang yung papasagutan ko, activity 4, number 1 lang. And for your bonus points, okay, kindly answer your reflections. Maganda din pang higot to. Okay, so your week 1 is total 50 points. So, may tanong ba kayo? Okay. So, may tanong ba kayo? Doon sa mga instructions natin? Ay, sorry. So, may tanong ba kayo sa mga instructions, sa mga papasagutan, sa discussion ng week 1? Okay, wala. Sige. So, sakto lang yung time natin for your 9 to 10. Alam ko may 9 to 10 kayo, di ba? So, kung wala ng question, kindly open your camera for your for our photo op, no? Pa-open na po ng cam para magtapos na tayo. Okay. So, 1, 2, 3. Isa pa. Okay. So, yung recorded session natin, popost ko sa Google Classroom, no? Okay. So, thank you for attending. I know it's very early, no? Thank you for your efforts, no? Thank you. You may now leave the platform. Thank you. Okay. Bye-bye.